toasting, joking too. Sipping and roasting is what we do. Light 'em up, drink 'em down. Whiskey and cigars all around. Cheers, y'all.
Now that sounds like a party just about to happen, ladies and gentlemen.
It does. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this fine radio program, podcast, and video extravaganza known internationally as the world-famous Smokin' and Toastin'. We're up to show number 467. That's 467, Terry, in case you're...
6-7.
No, I'm sorry. I got it wrong. It's 476.
476.
I'm dyslexic, but I had to go there. So
that's good. I like it.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. We are excited to be here today, and we have a great show planned for you. But then again, we always have a great show planned. That doesn't necessarily have any bearing on how the show turns out. So we'll do our best to live up to that.
The best laid plans.
Yeah, that's right. Of whiskey and beers.
Yes.
So no, we brought our
plans rarely survive contact with the enemy.
We brought our speaking of the enemy, we brought our special guest on, ladies and gentlemen, Smokin' and Toastin' cocktail and spirits expert, Mr. Roberto Rivas Villar. How are you?
Good, sir. Thank you.
You're looking good.
It's very nice to see you again.
You're looking very like Leonardo DiCaprio in that movie where he's like lost in the wilderness. What is that movie?
The one with the bear?
I stopped watching.
Oh, Revenant?
Yeah. I think that's
Dude, the real story about that is actually just as bizarre as the movie is.
Oh, yeah. I haven't watched the movie.
Although somewhat different.
Have you seen the movie?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen it. So all I know is in the still pics of him looking, disheveled and like his hair and his beard's just growing out all willy-nilly. He looks a little like Roberto does now. So
put a couple twigs in there.
Yeah, exactly. That's all we would need. Well, Roberto, welcome back to the show.
Although he shortened his beard, I think, from last time.
Welcome back to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
It is always nice to have you here. If for no other reason than it takes away from some of Ian's talking time.
I just come for the booze.
Yeah, well, we have it. We have it because today we're going to be doing two very specific things. The first is a spotlight on Texas beer. All our beers are Texas beers today. And we're going to talk about what Texas beers are considered to be the best. And we'll all maybe mention what our personal favorite Texas beers are. Since we live here, we get to sample a lot of these. And we feel like it's our constitutional duty. And so that's what we're all about. And we're going to tell you about that. Plus, we're going to be doing a little A/B testing today. Basil Hayden versus Old Grandad in the whiskey department.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Ian, explain why this is significant, these two spirits to be tested.
It's the same mash bill.
The same mash bill for Basil Hayden?
It's literally the same mash bill.
Doesn't Basil Hayden cost a lot more than Old Grandad?
Old Grandad costs $18-ish a bottle here in Texas.
Yeah.
Basil Hayden can cost anywhere from $40 to $50.
Now, I have a bottle of Basil Hayden Magic Toast, but that's a different...
It's treated a little different, they're taking Old Grandad and doing something even more different with it.
I love the name, Magic Toast.
The
By the
straight
way,
bourbon whiskey, though, for Basil Hayden.
Basil or Basil Hayden is named after a legendary distiller. Old Grandad, that picture on Old Grandad is Basil Hayden.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your granddad.
Oh, that's your granddad.
That is my granddad.
Is Basil Hayden.
Yeah.
It's 63% corn, 27% rye, and 10% barley.
And that mash bill is consistent both with the Basil Hayden and with Old Grandad.
Yeah.
Correct?
So whenever they were acquired by Jim Beam or Beam Suntory, they had their mash bill for the Jim Beam products, which goes across Knob Creek, Jim Beam.
Sure.
And they decided to keep the mash bill. It was a little bit different, but they made adequations to keep that mash bill alive.
Okay, so this will be interesting because being an $18 whiskey with let's say a $40 whiskey, that'll be a very interesting side-by-side
So
to do.
I brought 4 bottles today.
because you're a good guy. That's
someone once told me that less is more.
Yeah,
and when I put 4 bottles in front of me, I realized that more is actually more.
I'm going to go
sense.
right with your
if you
reasoning
look at
there.
it mathematically, so I scienced that. Okay. When I looked at it, I went, okay,
Science is
4 is
involved.
definitely more than not 4.
I love it. So we'll be talking about that. We'll be trying some Texas beers, as I mentioned, from Houston, Texas. We'll be trying, and I have not had this, Eureka Heights Wunder Bock. as they step into the Bock Wars.
I had one last night.
Okay, well, you can tell us all about it when we get there. I bet you didn't have one of these from Celestial Beerworks in Dallas. Their triple hazy IPA called Hopception.
I did not.
Okay. I was going to say, if you said, yeah, I had one day before yesterday, I was going to be like, damn it.
Out. You're out.
Finally, I bet you've had this one. In fact, I know you've had this one because I've drank one of these with you. From Under the Radar Brewing, their Porter Authority. Porter.
Yes.
Yeah. So and
Under the Radar's
Under the Radar's out of Houston.
It's completely perfectly named.
Yeah.
It's in a little neighborhood.
And I love they have this like what looks like maybe like a first generation small satellite dish.
Yes.
That's their radar. And it's like on a pole in the yard there.
And they're building a bigger facility. They started off with just that little area, but they're building a bigger facility. But I love that it's under the radar because they are kind of under the radar. I love going by there, and I hate to tell everybody that place is so cool because it's going to get crowded.
Yeah,
and it's going to be one of those places where no one goes there anymore because it's too crowded.
Well, we'll be doing that.
Yogi Berra.
We'll be doing that today, right?
that dish looks very Sovietic to me.
Yeah.
That like.
Well, we're gonna break right into
great
it.
beers though.
Yeah, they do. And you and I met there, a couple weeks ago on a Sunday afternoon for a couple of beers, and everything I tried was fantastic. Yeah. And they're not a brewery that has stuff, at least to my knowledge, out in the store. So it was the first time I'd tried any of their beers. So this will be a little exclusive, but I wanted to talk about it anyway because we've both had this porter before, obviously. And
you can swing by there and take a 4 or 6-pack home, depending on what you're getting.
Which is exactly what I did. And the one remaining out of my 4-pack is the one we'll be drinking today. So I'm looking forward to all of that. Beer Advocate has released a list of the top-rated Texas beers, so we'll be talking about that along with beer lists from each of us. And then if we if we stray too far from that, we'll have an opportunity to get in some other topics, including maybe even the most iconic beer in every state. Since we're talking about Texas beers,
iconic beer in every state.
Talk about other beers as other states' beers as well. The most iconic beer in every state. So we have that to look forward to. We also will be bringing you our regular features here on the program, including the Drunken Fact. This is where we bring you a fact that you can drop like a bit of knowledge at the next time you're at a party and everybody's drinking and they're getting a little susceptible to suggestion. Mm-hmm. Well, you can lay some truth on them that will rock their world. That's what the Drunken Fact is all about. Actually, it's all about that we like to hear the little fanfare that we play when we do the Drunken Fact. About. But we have a teaser headline for you. The Drunken Fact teaser headline for today. Everything is bigger in Texas. See how we're tying that all together, sort of a Texas theme today?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to do this based on Iowa. And I couldn't find any stories or beers. So I know there's beers in Iowa, but I just couldn't. I couldn't locate them. So we settled on Texas. I had Texas beers in my fridge at home. So that's how.
Yeah, well, that's
how this
that's
works.
not the worst thing.
We'll also bring you the most popular segment on this program. It's a little thing we do in the second hour called Drinking News. We bring you a story from the news that is, ostensibly true because we read it on the internet. No, we seriously we try to avoid. Like parody stories and things that are jokes and stuff in this and go with real, actual stories from the internet. And Drinking News is stories that often, but not always, involve drinking, but that are
real news about the struggle.
Yes.
For humanity.
That are always best enjoyed if you've been drinking.
Yes.
And our Drinking News teaser headline for today: the world's last great mystery. Or not. Ooh, I like that. That was actually a special little touch. We were talking about the fact that, if we ever, show up to record the show and we've forgotten, the spirits and the beers, we would just do, an all-ukulele show. Mm-hmm. Yes. And we go, when I'm drinking, I enjoy ukulele music. Go for it, Ian.
All right, let me go ahead and explain something. If we show up for the show and I forget the ukulele, that's one thing, right?
Yeah,
I did pick up a set of pencils as drumsticks a couple weeks ago.
Good to know.
But if we show up for the show and we've forgotten all the drinks, something has gone horribly,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
horribly wrong.
And there's that
Amazingly,
stuff in the freezer and the fridge, the
Yeah.
Ultra and the.
that's right.
We have had a few people show up, however, that were invited to the show that showed up and go, okay, what are we going to talk about? I'm like, well, what did you bring? And they're like,
Yeah.
I was supposed to bring something.
Yeah, that's good.
Are we saying names?
Yeah.
Opportunity.
No, no.
definitely-
We'll
Joking.
Yeah.
That's
But yeah, that happens, and so we'll listen. If we show up for a show and we've forgotten to bring the beers and the spirits, that's going to be
You know what? Here's the thing. If we show up for the show and we've forgotten to bring the beers and the spirits, what we have is a work fridge that has beer and spirit in it.
yes.
Now, it's not good beer.
It's not
Well,
good
some of
spirits.
it's good.
Some of it's good. Yeah.
Some of it's good,
Well, we've
and-
got our
And it's
show
terrible
beer-
spirit.
We've got our show beer sponsor.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, that's true, because we have Medusa that I'm drinking right now, the Belgian-style quadruple ale that I have absolutely.
You're a huge fan of.
I am a huge fan of
Yeah.
this beer.
I
It's
thought you
good
were a
from
Michelob
Copperhead
Zero kind of
Brewery.
guy.
Yeah. What?
I thought he was a Michelob Zero kind of guy.
Yeah. Well, I've tried. Pulling
The
it out and
zero
leaving it
stands
there
for zero flavor.
That's right. Yeah.
They're not talking about calories; they're talking about flavor.
Yeah. It's zero in all of the departments.
The reason it looks skinny is because it's in the skinny can.
Mm-hmm.
It makes my hand look enormous.
Right. And I'm wondering if that's good. Like, wouldn't it be better if all these beers that were like Michelob Ultra that are marketing themselves as being, like better for you, shouldn't they be in really fat cans, big ones, so that you look smaller next to them when you're holding them? When they're in a skinny can like that, you're like, I'm enormous compared to this skinny
Well, what
can.
these beers should do is instead of improving on the beer or the flavor of the beer, they should
yeah.
just work on the packaging.
Oh, yeah, the packaging and the marketing. That
right,
would
like wouldn't it be cool if they just put if they fluted the bottle neck a little bit and called it a vortex bottle to make it pour smoother?
When
That's
you
a great idea.
When you bring a Copperhead beer, I can't think of one Copperhead beer jingle in my head. When you say Bud, I think of like a dozen of them. When you say Bud, you said a lot of things nobody else can say. That's an
Also
old one.
makes me think. Also makes me think of a dog called Spuds that did not have a penis, which is a little weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're calling a female dog
You do
Spuds-
realize they used a female dog because they didn't want
Yeah.
Well,
but,
sure, yeah.
But
that's
Spuds
why,
McKenzie was the party animal hanging out with all the bikini women in the commercials. So ostensibly, Spuds McKenzie was the first major lesbian dog
Spuds
star.
McKenzie sporting the LGBTQIA
That's right.
plus.
Yeah, you got
You
to
just started something.
I think
on
that's
the
the right
internet.
letters.
I
If
think
not-
you just started something on the internet.
You've got to
there.
give Budweiser credit for being, for
That's
being,
right.
being ahead of the game.
And Spuds, like my dog, not afraid to munch the carpet.
Oh God! Oh God! I can see the affiliates dropping away as we speak. But hey, it is what it is.
Live life.
Yeah. So
If that's insensitive, I'm sorry. It may be insensitive, but it is funny.
yes, and it's what is it that Nando used to say on Saturday Night Live? It's better to be funny than to be something. I don't know. Better to look good than to feel good. That's
Better
what
to
it
look
was.
good than to feel.
Yeah, that's
You
what it
look
was.
marvelous.
Billy Crystal.
Remember the
Marvelous.
song?
Darling.
Oh yeah, there
Was a hit song.
You
look marvelous.
Oh yeah.
Wonderful.
And that's where he
Marvelous.
said he's in somewhere in the middle of the song. He goes, "Dancing to me is like standing, only faster."
Oh gosh, we haven't even gotten into Nicolas Cage yet, and already we're hopelessly lost
What is
in
happening
a
here?
cultural detour. So it happens. All right, we're going to try the beverage of mystery coming up next, and we'll talk about what Ian maybe had the opportunity to smoke this week, and we'll get into some tasting very soon. This is Smoking and Toasting, all about craft beer, fine spirits, hand-rolled cigars, and Nicolas Cage, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, my friends. It is the very noisy bottle opening, Smoking and Toasting. We are thrilled to be here today for show number 476. Our guest is Smoking and Toasting cocktail and spirits expert Roberto Rivas Villar, and we want to say a big thanks, by the way, to last week's special guest, our Smoking and Toasting wine expert Mark Burrell.
He's such a pleasure every
He's
time
always
he's on.
fun to have on, and he brought some really good and inexpensive wines, and they were all fabulous. Yeah, it was
It's
really a
it's
good
funny.
thing.
I love that we can get a wine expert on that doesn't bring you can't afford this wines.
Right. Well, he's brought a few of those, and we've enjoyed tasting them. But
It's
but
fun
yeah.
once in a while, but the
Yeah.
truth is, like, I would like to know more about wines that are under, say, $25 and $30.
Yeah, wines
you know?
I can get at the grocery store because I'm not a wine aficionado by any means.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can tell if you pour a good wine, I can tell it's a good wine. But beyond that,
But in the bottle, can you tell if you're just standing at the store? Yeah.
I can't. When I'm in at the wine aisle in Specs, I'm completely
If
lost.
you're not a beer
Yeah, I
drinker,
get
I can
that.
understand the confusion of walking into a forest of beer when you go to the beer
Sure.
aisle. And not understand, because that's how I feel when I walk into the wine aisle.
Sure. Yeah,
And
you're
just
looking around
knowing a
going,
few little details, like the things that he tells us about the regions and things like that, really makes a big difference in
does.
how easy the choices are.
Before we were able to learn from him and from some of our other wine experts, I would go to the wine aisle and just look for something that looked barefoot. That's a word I know. I'll just buy one of those.
It has to have the word chateau.
Right, right.
It has to say something about.
Exactly. So we also want to do the beverage of mystery. So Terry, let's go ahead and set that up and do that now, shall we? The beverage of mystery. By the way, that spooky music is courtesy of Shane Ivers at chosic.com. It's called The Visitor. And the beverage of mystery is when one of us brings a beverage in, and the only person who knows what it is the person what brung it. I brung it today, and so let's...
This smells like hard lemonade.
Hard lemonade. It kind of does, doesn't it?
Oh my god!
It has a little. It
know what it
kind of smells like hard lemon. Hard lemon
Did you hear
pledge.
the disgust in Roberto's voice? Like he hasn't even tried it yet.
No, it's just that smell of artificial citric acid,
It's
malic acid.
it's artificial lemon pledge. Is what
It's
it is.
got like a haze smell to it. It's like lemonade at the rodeo.
Oh my
Oh yeah,
god!
this is floor cleaner.
Oh my
yeah,
god!
it really is. It does.
Diluted.
In fairness, it seems like it
Diluted
would
floor
do.
cleaner.
In fairness, it seems like it would do a great job on marble and tile.
This, you know what Fabuloso smells like. This is their other scent.
This is the American version.
I get that like the hint of just freshly cleaned bathroom or freshly cleaned.
And
Like urinal cake.
Like
yeah,
you just
Oh my
walked into the
God.
bathroom and they
Nothing-
had just come out and
Yeah,
cleaned
this
it. It's got
this definitely
that
has some urinal
flavor
cake
to
in it.
Yeah.
Nothing excites the taste buds like eau de urinal cake. You know, it's just nothing does. This is pretty bad.
It is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
It's off. I wonder.
There's just the perfuminess that comes out in the nose afterwards. It's like, yeah.
Every time I taste something like this, I'm like, I really wonder myself, who the hell is in charge of, like just authorizing, like, oh yeah, it's great, let's do it.
Yeah, there was a boardroom. Everybody tasted it, and everyone, yeah, that's the one.
That's the
Yeah.
one. Can you imagine what the others tasted like that they didn't approve?
God damn.
I mean, seriously. I
It's
suppose.
so bad.
I suppose you have a question for me, though.
I do. Is that a beverage of mystery in your pocket, or are you
Maybe
just
it should
happy to be here?
Maybe it should stay being a mystery.
I
The beverage
No,
we-
this is where we reveal it, so you don't have to buy
That's
this.
right.
the
That's
beverage
right.
we didn't want to know about.
I'm very happy to be here, although it's more displayed on the right side of my pants than on the left, because that's where I.
Things we didn't need to know about you, but
That's
now we
exactly
do.
right. But ladies and gentlemen,
Pretty can.
welcome to Pamos Cannabis Cocktails Lime Ranch Water Spritz with 5 milligrams of THC and 2 of CBD. It is a hemp-derived, cannabis-infused, non-alcoholic cocktail. And I will just go so far as to say it may be the worst cannabis drink that I've tried.
Yeah,
It's
those
real
are
bad.
typically pretty bad.
But I like a lot of the cannabis seltzers. Like
It's, you
the
know what it
buddies
is.
are
You know
quite
what
good.
it is on this, and maybe you should try if they come in different flavors. Maybe there's a different. I think it's the flavor. I think it's the lime that they tried there, the citrus lime. I think they missed
It is
on
terrible.
the actual
That's
flavor.
really,
of
okay,
that.
so here are the positives. Listen right here. Cannabis cocktails, a new way to drink. Hemp-derived cannabis, fast-acting, naturally flavored, and non-alcoholic. Like every one of those things seems to be a little backwards here. Also,
I
Except
think
that they
fast-acting is
missed.
the new thing everyone wants to put on that now.
They
That's
missed-
what they want to put on
Yeah.
all of the cannabis.
well, they give it
product
to
now.
us in a liquid gel, man, because no
You'll-
one wants to taste this.
You'll be
Yeah.
stoned by the time you put the can down.
Now, is that really just 5 milligrams, or is that one of those that's 2 servings, so it's 10 milligrams?
Oh,
in
let's
the
see
can?
here. 5 servings per can.
What?
Wow.
5 servings per can? So
So it's 5 milligrams per serving?
per serving, or is
So
that
it's
5
15 milligrams?
No, it says 1 milligram THC per serving.
Come on, I was about to be
Nutrition-
like,
oh.
it's over, guys.
Yeah.
I
Thank
see
you
why.
for
Now they
coming.
can
We'll be
now they
back
can
next
say it
week.
has 38 calories, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of 5 times 38.
Oh, that's bad. See, because like the THC seltzers that I like, there's 0 calories,
Yeah.
0
Right.
carbs. You know,
But-
so yeah, this is not a candidate for the fridge.
The other problem I have with this is now that I've tried this and it's going to be within me is what if my boss decides to give me a
random drug testing?
Random drug. So now I'm going to have to call him and ask him. Hey, Cruz,
Yeah.
are you going to give me a random drug test?
We'll be back with the next segment of the show. We got to do a break and take a little random drug test, and we will return with assuming Ian comes back for the next segment. We'll find out what he got to smoke this week. It's Smoking and Toasting.
Smoking and Toasting featuring Roberto show?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Welcome back, my friends. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars, which we'll get to in a moment. But I just want to say, with reference to the beverage of mystery, which none of us liked, you can just imagine when they're sitting around in the boardroom trying to come up with something like, it's not there. It's not. What should we do? And a guy walks in with a bottle of Lemon Pledge and says, I think I may have the answer. And that seems like what went down with this particular.
It's bad.
Yeah.
And then
it's-
they say, I figure it out. We just have to water it down a little bit more. That's it.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
And if we clean out the pipe and put a little of that resin in there,
Yeah. Yeah.
done.
Done. Yeah. Thank you. It's that's a snapshot of corporate America, ladies and gentlemen. What we just gave you there. Ian, did you have an opportunity to smoke anything interesting this week?
Of course I did.
I had a feeling.
You ever heard of H. Upman?
I have.
So this is the 1844 Añejo that we're going to talk about today. The appearance on this, milk chocolate brown, smooth with some veins, mostly firm, classy kind of brush brass / brown label. Pre-light sniff on this, I got earth and barnyard coffee, some sweet spice. The pre-light draw, I used a clip. Effortless draw, mild sweet creaminess with mild spice and tangy fruit finish. Pardon me. The initial light, mild pepper, toast, cashew, coffee, sweet creaminess. I would say a Nicaraguan pepper waft, if you will.
Oh, a waft. I like that. We haven't had a waft before.
A waft. This is going by pretty fast here. Check this out. So first third of this, toast, sweet cream, butter, cashew, tangy, earthy finish, big silky smoke, perfect burn. The retrohale on this is sweet and a little bit woody. The second third of this comes in with some nuttiness and coffee dominate this. A third of it notes of sweet cream and earth with light pepper finish. The retrohale is sweet, creamy, and a little bit of wood on there. The solid ash, perfect burn. The last third on this, the pepper ramps up a little bit. Still has the sweet creamy notes underlying it. Retrohale, sweet and creamy with a woody finish. Solid ash, perfect burn, coming in at about $12.
Okay.
It's real good.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 5.5.
Oh, nice.
5.5 at $12. However,
Oh.
you can find this on sale because this has been out for a while.
Right. This is not a
cigar.
newer cigar. Yeah.
You can find this on sale. When you can find it on sale and you can find it under $6 a stick, we're going to bump that rate up to 6.6.
I've noticed we've been doing that a lot in our cigar reviews where we're saying, here's what we rate it at the retail price, the MSRP, but I got it for less somewhere.
Some cigars you do,
Yeah,
like Cigar Bid or Cigar Page or Cigars International. Sometimes you get those deals that you might as well take advantage of. I do a lot of humor stuff. I love to walk into a cigar shop local and buy a few sticks here and there, sometimes a box, depending on what I'm needing. But, for the bulk of it, I mean, come on, I'm only human. I can afford online prices sometimes better.
Well, and we may talk about this a little later in the show, but are you ready for every cigar you love to go up 10%?
Everything in my life has been going up.
Yeah, and some by more than 10%.
Everything.
That's actually it. Well, I smoked a big name brand this week as well. You smoked the H. Upman. I smoked a Romeo and Julieta, an 1875 Reserva Real Nicaragua Toro. You know, these days, Hollywood seems to have run out of ideas. The most hyped movies every year, I know we just had the Oscars, but the most hyped movies every year always seem to be sequels, prequels, and reboots.
Yeah, but now Ben Affleck is doing it. It's very different.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Of course it's different when he does it.
Come on.
You know, although there are a few exceptions, these films
How you like them apples?
these films almost never live up to the glory of the original. You know, the sequels almost
very,
never.
very seldom.
There are a few, but almost never. But in cigars, sometimes the sequel absolutely rules, especially when the director, or okay, that's the movie term. In cigars, we would call that the blender.
The blender, yeah.
Is somebody that really knows what you're doing. So, enter a guy that you might have heard me mention before from Nicaragua.
Let me guess.
El Maestro,
His name is AJ Fernandez. Yeah.
that guy.
Romeo and Julieta trusted AJ to blend their relaunch of the Reserva Real Nicaragua a few years back. Now, they had the Reserva Real, but this was like an extension. It wasn't really a relaunch, but an extension.
Yes.
Of the Reserva Real Nicaragua. And spoiler alert, it was a good move.
Can I go ahead and just point in right here for those of you who don't know cigars super well? The Reserva Real is a great mild to medium cigar, and 100%. If you walk in and you're not a cigar smoker or you're a seldom cigar smoker, you walk in and say, "This is what I'd like."
It's a
you're
good
going to
choice.
get a great cigar.
Yeah, absolutely, it's a good
in
choice.
any size. Choose your size.
Not gonna blow you out of the water with strength.
The Reserva Real Nicaragua is definitely bumping it into the medium category, and maybe
sure.
even on the high side of medium, because it's the Nicaraguan blend on that. So just know that about it, and also it's a beautiful cigar.
Yeah, it was launched in 2022, and to start out, it is, just like Ian said, a beautiful cigar. A simple red, white, and gold band around a smooth chocolate brown wrapper on this 6x54 Toro. Understated, but very nicely done.
They also make a barbershop pull, too, just
Yes,
FYI.
which is an offshoot of this. This was the regular one, not the barbershop.
Right.
The wrapper, binder, and filler used here are all Nicaraguan and all from AJ's Tobacco
Yes.
Farms. The pre-light sniff and cold draw gave me what I've come to expect from Nicaraguan puros: chocolate, malt, earth, and pepper. I was salivating like Pavlov's dog by the time I torched the foot and got started smoking. A small but noticeable Nicaraguan pepper blast greeted me in the first few puffs, but it settled down really
Is it a
quickly.
Nicaraguan pepper puff?
Yeah, and the Reserva Real Nicaragua got down to business. There was a little sweetness at first, but the core AJ flavors of cedar, earth, and black pepper kind of fueled the first third, along with a slowly building sense of creaminess. Construction seemed excellent, and the burn was spot on from the beginning. As with most of AJ's blends, the complexity was evident right off the bat, and the tobacco flavors morphed and changed as it smoked, making it a real sensory experience even in the first third.
AJ's a little bit of a magician.
He really is.
You know, like
there's a reason I'm a fanboy.
He can pull complexity out of stuff that nobody else can. Like it's kind of like when I go to the grocery store. 5 items in my cart, $80-something.
Right.
My wife go to the grocery store, get the exact same 5 items, $35. She's a magician. I don't know what happens. Something about AJ just pulls those.
If I were you, I'd keep her.
I'm pretty fond of her.
And if I were AJ, I would continue to blend. Second, third, the pepper actually cooled off a little bit, allowed some of the other spice notes to shine through, like baking spice and a hint of cinnamon. Earth and cedar stuck around, but a bread-like yeastiness kind of crept in and kept things interesting. No issues with construction or burn. By the final third, the strength and body of the Reserva Real Nicaragua ramped up from medium to a bona fide full-bodied.
There you go.
And yet the cigar remained smooth and easy to smoke.
It has that underlying creaminess. to
Yeah,
it.
flavors started to morph and change, but black pepper roared back to the foreground and some deep espresso notes showed up, along with a little bit of a citrus tang. But the most important thing is that the flavors just kept continuing to shift, giving me something new to notice every few puffs. Guys, this cigar was excellent. I think this one is going to join my top 5 of all AJ's blends that I've smoked. The flavor profile was not only excellent, but ever-changing as I puffed. Construction never failed me. Draw was perfect, and it took about an hour and a half to smoke this Toro. Pretty awesome hour and a half. Suggested pairing? Four Roses small batch.
Nice.
It's around $30 a bottle, and it worked really well with this cigar. In the Toro size, the Romeo and Julieta Reserva Real Nicaragua is a $10 to $11 cigar and worth every penny. I'd give it a 6 at that price. And that number can climb if you find it for less, just like Ian was saying, which I did. I think in this case I got it for around 8, and at that price it's spectacular.
Yep.
This blend far outshines the original version of Reserva Real. So smoke them if you got them, and if you don't, get
I
some.
will tell you this, and I know I've been very vocal during your review of the cigar, because that cigar I think is so good.
Yeah.
If you're a person who likes mild to medium, and you want to step up and try a little bit something more, that cigar is a perfect transition, because the way that cigar starts is it starts creamy and woody, and then it doesn't ramp the pepper up till the end. So it's kind of like when you're eating spicy food. It starts off with less spice,
Right.
and then brings in more spice
Kind of
as you
as
keep
you
going,
go.
which you're acclimating to the whole time you're smoking it. It's an absolute brilliant cigar. I absolutely love that cigar.
I do too, and I would mention that, generally speaking, of the kind of major brands that AJ has done blends for, this is one of the more expensive ones. Romeos generally are a couple of bucks a stick higher than like an Upman or even like you look at something like the cigars he did for Southern Draw. You can find those for like $5 online.
The
if you
Hoyos
look
are
for them.
so good.
And absolutely. And so this one's a little more expensive, but my overall sense is that it's worth it. It's something that's really worth spending a little extra money on. I didn't pull the beer out of the bag here, so give me a moment to do that, and let's try a beer, shall we?
Let's do that. It's beer time.
It's actually beer 30. So let's try the Wunder Bock from Eureka Heights.
So usually we start really light. Do you have some cups over there by any chance?
And I'm passing them to you right now. So there you go. Yeah, usually we start really light. This is I don't think it's a huge beer, but it's a Bock rather than, like a Kolsch or something that we often start with. But we're doing all Texas beers today, and Eureka Heights is from right here in our hometown of Houston. And it's interesting because Shiner Bock is kind of the Texas standard, I guess, for beers that call themselves Bock, although really I think it's more of a brown ale. But it's what I think a lot of other Texas breweries are chasing.
We say that. It's Bock enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's what a lot of other Texas beers are chasing, though, when they do a beer in this style.
I think it's what a lot of Texans are expecting. That's what they have gotten used to.
Think about it. If you're a Shiner Bock fan and you show up at like another brewery, like a Eureka Heights or something, and you look up there and they've got a Bock on the on the menu, you're likely to want to try that because it's a style that you enjoy. And I will say, just looking at this, it looks a lot like a Shiner Bock.
Well, let me go ahead and point out that there's Ziegenbach. Budweiser's tried to copy it.
Right. Yeah. And Ziegenbach's
and now it's being made by Karbach.
It's not a bad beer.
No, it's just drinkable. There's Crawford Bock, which is made by also
Karbach. Yeah,
Karbach.
And for those who are not from Houston, the significance of Crawford Bock, one of the streets that's by the baseball stadium.
So it's actually the address of it, right? It's facing Crawford.
Is Crawford Street, right?
Right.
And there are like luxury boxes at the stadium called Crawford Boxes.
Yes.
And so Crawford Bock is a play on the Crawford
And they use the
So
color scheme
I
of
want
the Astros.
to talk about this
The
first.
old
First off,
color
put this
scheme.
to your nose.
Yeah.
It's very delicious.
That malt forward.
Well, this is why
It's
I
a little
thought
bit
you might like
yeasty and
this.
funky too.
Yeah, there's some pretzel, there's some bread.
Have you tasted it yet?
I had one last night.
Oh, that's right. You mentioned that. So, this is. How would you say this compares with a Shiner Bock?
I'd say this is in the same neighborhood as a Shiner Bock, but it's a different flavor profile. It's like two grandmothers cooking their own apple pie. Sure, the ingredients are pretty close, but the end result's a little different.
But my grandma's apple pie is going to be better. I'm sorry, it just is.
That's the way it is.
That's the way it is. I'm not.
It's just one of those
open
things
for
where
debate.
That's right.
It's different, and if you are a hardcore Shiner fan, you might think the only thing that I could ever say about this versus Shiner is it's a little thinner on the mouthfeel. However, it's delightful flavor-wise. This is a barley, malty, wonderful. It's like barley soup with alcohol in it. I love it.
One of the things that I love about Shiner Bock, and I think is consistent with this beer as well, and this beer might be a little more flavor forward than Shiner Bock.
It's a little more malt forward at the beginning. Also, it gives you the illusion of sweetness without being sweeter, which is weird because it's got almost a gritty mocha kind of feel right in the middle of the palate. And when you swallow, then you get this crispy finish. This thing is crafted. This is like if you take Shinerbach, you shave all the sharp edges off of it.
Yeah.
It's like crafting it down to really like refine it.
And the fact that you left it in the cooler until just when we actually opened it, I can tell it's extra cold. I think it makes it extra better.
See, I think you're right.
Wunderbock,
As a fan of cold beer myself,
yes.
I agree.
I think it really brings out that kind of darker flavor.
Wunderbock
in a
is the
nice way.
beer equivalent of canceling plans and high-fiving yourself. Smooth, toasty, and easy to drink. It brings warm caramel vibes and zero pressure to have your life figured out.
You know what else it does? And I think this is consistent with Shinerbach as well. It would not fight with a cigar.
No.
It would
And I will tell you this
pair
from
up
last night's
nicely.
experience.
Yes.
Goes great with cigars.
Okay,
Also,
there you
I like
go.
on the front it says more malt, less adulting.
Oh, I
Nice.
like it. And what's the ABV on this? Is it about a 5%?
5.5.
5.5.
5.5.
Eureka Heights very rarely does a high ABV. They have very few beers, but they rarely do a high ABV.
And I'm just thrilled that this is one of the breweries in our town that has survived because we've
Yeah.
lost some good ones. You
Yeah.
know, we have. We've lost
This
some-
company puts out consistently fantastic beers.
Yeah.
Their Mini Boss,
Oh,
I
that's
would
a
say, is
great
one of the
IPA.
most sessionable IPAs that exists.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to talk about more Texas beers when we come back. We have a list from, I believe it's Beer Advocate, that is about the best Texas beers, and we've all kind of made our own lists as well. So we'll get to that next. Plus, we still have more to try, including a triple hazy IPA from Dallas called Hopception, which
Hopception.
which makes me think of really mysterious movies that I have no idea what they're about. So we'll be right back. It's Smoking a Toaster.
Wait, anybody want more?
No, thank you.
No.
For those of you listening to the audio version of the show, he was holding the can of the beverage of mystery. And
Yui.
Nobody wants more.
Yeah, no one went for more. So beeradvocate.com, great site for beer lovers on the internet if you want to read what they not only what they say but also what their readers say, which is the cool thing about Beer Advocate because readers will chime in on different beers and rate them and give them ratings. And so based on the ratings given by people who use the site, Beer Advocate has come up with a list of the top rated beers from Texas. And what's interesting about this list, Ian, is that the top 5 are all Jester King.
Oh.
That's not surprising. Let me be honest.
Well,
But-
and again, this is not their editors saying this. This is based on the rankings that beer fans who've gone on
Right.
the site and said, I'm drinking one of these, and here's what I rate it. That's what. Atrial Rubicite, a wild ale, is number 1.
That's a great beer.
Montmorency versus Balaton,
I have not
a
had
wild ale, is number 2. Aurelian Lure, all of their beers have really weird names. Aurelian Lure is a wild ale. It's at number 3. So wild ale at 1, 2,
That's
and 3.
pretty wild. Okay.
And number 4 is a wild ale, the Bière du Blanc du Bois from Jester King.
That I've had.
That's good.
That
have
is
you,
a
have
very
you had
good beer.
the Bière de Syrah? That's
yes.
that's number 5, also from Jester King.
Holy cow.
Also a wild ale. So 5 Jester King wild ales top the list of the best
Look at the
rated
top of my list.
by list. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we'll get to that.
I feel like, but why does that make me feel like at Jester King, actively said, "Hey guys, if you like our stuff, go vote here for
Yeah,
us." You
well,
know what I mean?
you know,
they
yeah,
sent out enough
sure.
emails and posted it.
It's like I'm running for class president.
Yeah,
Go vote.
yeah, exactly.
Pedro for president.
number
Not
6,
that
though.
means their stuff is not good, because it is very good.
Not at number 6, though, breaking the Jester King streak is Yellow Rose from Lone Pint Brewery.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's just a great
beautiful
beer.
beer.
Yes.
But then, excuse me,
Bless you.
then Jester King takes the next 3 spots
Damn.
on the. So out of the top 10, only 2 are not from Jester King.
Wow.
That's insane.
So what that tells me is that if you're a beer fan, you need to check out some of these Jester King brews because people basically are loving them. Nocturne Chrysalis, the gin barrel aged Jester King beer, is at 7. Omniscience and Proselytism. Look at these names of these Jester King beers. That's a wild ale. Oh, both of these are wild ales at 7 and 8. At 9 is another wild ale called Modern Dansk. And finally at number 10, Lakewood Brewing with their Bourbon Barrel Temptress, their milk stout. shows up.
That's a
at number
great
10.
beer, yeah.
Yeah, shows up at number 10. So I'm curious. I had texted you guys and said, hey, make a list of your top 5 Texas beers. I'm curious what yours are, Ian.
Number 1, Jester King.
So a particular beer or just the brewery?
No, you said top 5 breweries.
Oh, see, I thought I said
thought
beers.
beers.
Yeah.
Did you say top
beers.
5 beers? I misread breweries.
My list is beers, but go ahead.
I misread that. Sorry. Okay,
Well,
so
what
I'm
are
going
your
to give you
breweries?
my top 5 breweries
Okay.
because I misread
Notice
the
how-
list, and then I'll start
Notice how
thinking.
how good Ian is at following directions. Yeah.
Are smart.
I'm telling you, you need a new host here, co-host.
Wonder where I could find one. Terry, any thoughts?
One
Anybody?
with like long, beautiful hair.
Yeah, right.
You know, a manly beard.
Yeah, it kind of has that look. Yeah. What else did you have put on your brewery list there, Ian?
He does telenovelas on TV.
Yeah,
I get slapped on screen.
I love it. What else is on your list?
Delightfully heavy, at least easy to understand accent.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 1 brewery I thought was Jester King.
Yeah.
So important because they're always pushing.
Oh yeah.
Pushing the
they
edges
push the
of
envelope
brewery.
for sure.
Spotzel Brewery
That's
because they've been here forever.
Yeah.
Yes, Shiner Box, Spotzel Brewery, been here forever. They like no matter what, they keep Texas going. The next historic brewery even is St. Arnold, I think,
Oh yeah, those guys.
because Brock did all those loopholes. He did it earlier than anybody. He paved the way. He made it
No
happen
question.
so that we can have all those breweries here in Texas.
Yeah.
I would say next would be Real Ale.
Oh, real ale. Good choice.
Real Ale for pushing the boundaries of what you can make accepted and how to also how to generate buzz about your beer. And I'm going really about the coffee porter. They used to have a coffee porter party every year.
Oh,
When it came out, people would anticipate this coffee porter every single year. Rahr and Sons
Yep.
is an incredibly important brewery. Like I know, the more you say them, the more like, I forgot that one, right?
I had forgot about that.
Celis.
Celis. Yeah.
Celis was
Celis White was one of the first craft beers I ever tried.
Yes, Celis White. And then they went out and then they came back. Celis is incredibly important. Eureka Heights, GABF, gold medal winner for Buckle Bunny.
Yep.
And then we tried one of their beers today. It's outrageous. So good.
Yep.
Lone Pine
Yep.
for having one of the best freaking IPAs
Ever.
that you can even have. And then on top of that, I love their other beers
Oh, yeah,
too.
their other beers are
yes.
great.
Actually, Yellow Rose is on my list.
Gentlemen's
And I know
Relish.
that's more than 5. And
Yes, it
guess
is.
what? I got 2 more just for. Let's go ahead and say, you know what?
Well, we got a 2-hour
Here's
show.
the
Go for it.
honorable mentions.
Okay.
Pearl,
Pearl.
since forever.
Okay.
Come on.
I wouldn't
Pearl
ex-
was here before everybody.
I wasn't expecting that. Although
Yeah, me
the
neither.
Pearl Brewery area in San Antonio is totally like the cool place to go.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
And then I'm gonna toss in Lone Star as well.
Okay.
And the reason I'm doing that is because Lone Star is the beer everyone goes down to. And I will tell you this, if you're shopping for beer in Texas, do not buy a 12-pack of Lone Star. You buy 2 6-packs of Tall Boys is cheaper than one 12-pack.
See, this is the kind of information that people can use, and that's what we like to share on the show.
And this about Lone Star comes from the guy that this is on Banquet.
Yeah. What's your top
I
5?
think Banquet's not good.
What's your top
It's
5?
made by this. They made. Never mind.
Roberto, what's your top 5?
Oh, sorry. I would say it's hard to pick which one the order, but
Yeah.
I want to say let's not do orders. Just Yellow Rose
Okay.
has to be there.
Okay.
One of my all-time favorites is not made anymore, which I was very sad when I went to Austin to the lake one time. Oasis Brewing, and they made this beer called Meta Modern, which was a phenomenal beer. It's one
I
of my
remember that. That was a great beer.
what style
Had
was
the
it?
kind of
A session IPA, yeah.
purple
Okay.
can to it.
It was a phenomenal, probably one of my all-time favorite beers. I want to say Saloon Door peanut butter. Was chocolate peanut butter stout?
Peanut butter AF.
Yeah, peanut.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's up there. What am I missing? How many do I have? 4?
You did 4. You got
Yeah,
one more.
I'm missing one. Which one was it? I have a brand new one that has become my favorite. It's from Frosttown, and it's a French. I forgot the name of it. Do you remember the name?
I do not. It's the French.
It's French style pilsner.
Yeah, it's really good.
Interesting. Well, I did my top 5. At number 5, I picked Shiner Bock, not only because it is a just really super solid beer and is great with cigars, but also because it's ubiquitous. Like, you can find it everywhere, and it's outside of Texas. It's a great representative of Texas beer. Number 4 on my list is St. Arnold Oktoberfest, which is probably my absolute all-time favorite of the St. Arnold beers. I love a lot of their beers, but Oktoberfest rocks. At number 3, I had Great Heights Brewing's Fruity Pellets
Oh,
IPA.
that's a great one.
Which
That's
is
so
such
good.
a
That's
wonderful,
a really good
That's
one.
so
You're right.
good.
wonderful beer. At number 2, out of Austin, I had 512 Brewing's Pecan Porter, which
It's a
is
great one,
just
too.
a wonderful beer. And my number 1 was Lone Pint Yellow Rose IPA. Those guys have
Yeah.
just like been nailing it forever. Couple of quick honorable mentions: True Anomalies Rocket Park Pale Ale. And Jester King's Black Metal Russian Imperial Stout.
I
Their
have my
Scout
5
Lager
list
is
now.
really good too.
Yeah. So many good things. And we haven't even talked about their wild ales. Those are big in the
I have
list.
my beer list now.
Yeah. Okay, good. Because it's time for us to take a break. And we'll be right back. It's Smoking and Toasting.
But I really like that.
Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled
I
cigars.
love those things.
Hour 2 of the show, we poured an IPA in the last break, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But first, Terry, it's time for the Drunken Fact.
Oh, hold on. I got 5 beers.
Oh, I thought you were joking. You really put it
No,
together?
I got 5.
All right.
I thought it was.
And now it's time for 5 beers?
Yeah, stand by with the Drunken Fact. Ian has 5 beers. Go.
All right. Number 1, Shiner Bock. Incredibly important. Been around forever. Is staple of Texas.
I believe I said that, but yes, go ahead.
Number 2, Real Ale Coffee Porter.
Oh, that's a good one.
good one.
That's a
Coffee
good one.
Porter, man, come on. There's Katz's Coffee. They started that whole thing right up here in Texas. St. Arnold Christmas Ale. Before, because I noticed you said Oktoberfest, which
Oktoberfest.
is
Yeah.
one of my absolute favorite beers in the world. However, Christmas Ale was before everything. Like every year they came out with Christmas Ale, we waited.
And I just want to point out, if anyone from St. Arnold is listening, and we know some of them do, please bring back Sailing Santa. This
Sailing
Christmas.
Santa, yes.
This Christmas. It would be a gift for all of humankind.
All right, number 4, Lone Pint Yellow Rose.
Yep.
And number 5,
Was on all of our lists, by the way.
yes. And number 5, you also had it on your list, was Pecan Porter from 512.
Dude, that's a great beer.
Because it's so good, and it is absolutely one of the best of its style that exists.
I agree.
And it has spawned so many copies of that.
I would put it up against any other porters around
It's
the world.
amazing.
Yeah,
and now they have a double porter available. Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
that's
now we can do.
So let's do the Drunken Fact. We don't often delay that into the second hour, but we're running late today, so let's rock it. Go ahead, Terry.
And now it's time for another Smoking and Toasting Drunken Fact.
We couldn't go a whole show without the fanfare. We just couldn't. We had to work this in.
If you ever look at me and you're going, I wonder what he's thinking. It's probably bum, 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 bum,
Probably
bum,
is.
bum.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to say the next time my wife asks me that. What are you thinking? Bum, 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 bum. Drunken Fact for today. You can drop this on people the next time you're at a party and people have been drinking, and you will sound like you know stuff. And in keeping with our Texas beer theme today, it's a Texas-based Drunken Fact. Ready? If Texas were as densely populated as New York City, it could hold the entire world's population.
It's a big place.
Yeah, it is a big place.
It's big.
But lots of good
That's
beers.
crazy.
And we poured one of them a few.
Texas is
hold on.
substantially bigger than most European countries.
That's right. And Sorry, the segment's not complete without that at the end. So Ian poured a Texas beer in the last segment. We didn't get to it. Well, Ian got to his, but we're all drinking. This is an IPA. It is a
Triple
pretty big
Hazy
one
India Pale Ale.
from Celestial Beerworks out of Dallas.
Hopception.
Dude, this is wonderful.
Very good. Very, very good.
I mean, it's just like a citrus party on the nose, and then you drink it, and it's a citrus party on your palate too.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's coming in at a paltry 10%.
Ooh, baby.
It doesn't drink like that.
That's big for an IPA, and it does not drink
Yes,
like that.
and it's absolutely fantastic. This
Wow.
is one of the best IPAs we've had on the show.
With Comet
Wow.
Hash, Citra, and Strata hops.
Did you say Comet Hash?
That's the name of one of the hops. I had never
I've heard of Comet hops, but not Comet Hash.
It says hash.
Well, I have a tendency to believe them. This is just exceptional. I mean, this is as good a hazy IPA as I've had in a very long time.
This is
Yeah, it's great.
literally one of the best IPAs we've had on the show.
Wow.
And I like
So
the can a lot.
And Ian's not the IPA guy. I mean, I'm the guy that usually likes all the IPAs.
This is so incredibly hazy, juicy, balanced. Mm-hmm. Like the balance on this is impeccable.
There's no flavor that kind of stands out. Like, sometimes when you have a hazy IPA, 98% of the flavors are all like right in the pocket. And then there's that one little weirdness in there. And it doesn't keep you from enjoying the beer, but it's noticeable, right? This doesn't have that one little weirdness.
Or it's
just
all the weirdness.
well, in
It's
some
one or the
cases.
other. No,
In
this
some
is
cases,
this is
yes.
unbelievable. Like it's so good. It's so balanced. The whole palette from beginning to end is an absolute joyride.
It is amazing.
It finishes bitter. It finishes with a little bit of astringency. The pine coney kind of thing, but it also just finishes so good.
So showing that on the camera, this is what the can looks like. It's a little bit busy artwork, but Hopception with disco balls and 10% alcohol by volume, and it's wonderful.
It's beautiful.
Amazing.
It really is. One of the better balanced IPAs
That
I
is a
think
work of art, my
we've
friend.
ever tried. And I had no idea what to expect because I had not tried this one
No,
before.
that is an absolute
But that's absolutely
masterpiece.
absolutely
That's
wonderful.
the kind of thing. Like Stone is one of those breweries that can make that can be so hoppy but still be balanced. This is that kind of level and then beyond even.
I agree. Stone has a tendency to go for bigger and danker
Yes,
IPAs.
yes.
Although this is pretty big, but this is just.
But it's not a lot of dank.
If you didn't tell me this was 10%, I would not think
Not
that
at
it
all.
was, and I would think
This
it was
is
somewhat
this is
crushable.
a weird combination of like most of the time we think of being smashed in the face by hops, you're going to think West Coast. This is like an East Coast hop smash in the face
Agreed,
that
yeah.
absolutely finishes like with apologies. It's like, hey, sorry, thanks, man, got to go, bye. And it's just it's fantastic.
There's been a lot of talk lately about people drinking less, about people drinking non-alcoholic beers and cocktails.
The
Yeah.
NA community has become much bigger.
Well, it has, and I think a lot of NA beers have gotten better. Remember back in the day, was it like what St. Pauli Girl? Like what was the? There was like there
was a couple.
and they were just awful.
Yes,
They really were.
But they
were
were
not,
very popular.
Well, there's Heineken Zero,
Yeah.
which tastes a lot like Heineken, which is just awful.
right. But if
In
you
a
like
green bottle.
Heineken,
Yes,
that could be your go-to.
I could be.
And then there's
But
Michelob
there's
Ultra
whole
Zero.
companies that are coming out now, like Athletic Brewing Company.
Yes, they
Specializes in non-alcoholic.
and they've been kind of picked as the sort of go-to brewery for
Yeah.
non-alcoholic beverages.
well, I think they're one of the first ones to come out with that, right?
right, they are and they were and a lot. We should do it again because NA beers have changed so much since we did this.
Yep.
But earlier in the history of the show, we did do a non-alcoholic craft beer blind taste test, and I think that might be fun for us to do again.
Might be due again. Yes.
Yeah. What I remember about that show, and I don't remember a lot about that show, is because even though all of the beers were non-alcoholic, Ian brought this incredibly overproofed whiskey because we needed something to, kind of
Well, also,
balance out all the NA.
our
Yes,
show
I
beers,
remember
we
that.
had to have a palate cleanser that had alcohol in it.
Because that's one of the rules.
Yes.
Of course.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
when we're,
It's
when
like
we're
a
trying
pod-
non-alcoholic beers.
It's like a podcast rule. If you're having non-alcoholic beers, you have
Yes.
to have something a little overproof.
Palate cleanser.
Or some
Palate
Malort.
cleansing, yeah. Or some Malort. No, that's not in the podcast rules at all. You made that up. That is most definitely not there. A few cigars to watch for that I might tell you about while we have just a moment here. Well, actually, first let's do this. Your favorite cigars are probably about to go up by 10% because there are new tariffs being planned by the government.
Wow.
And they just happen to target 10% on the Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, and Honduras,
Oh, man.
where almost all of my favorite cigars come from. So think about it. Like, prices have been going up anyway. Now they're going to be 10% more.
That's ridiculous.
Just in keeping with the tariffs, right? And it's like, you know, tariffs are an interesting political argument.
And 10% doesn't sound like much
Yeah,
until you get it to your local state.
that's right.
And then your cigar is $6,
Right.
right? But then your local taxes get a hold of it. And the school board gets a hold of it.
Right.
By the way, find me a state where tobacco doesn't just fund schools.
Well, yeah, because we've
Because
talked
the
about
taxes they put on it is
Yep.
outrageous.
We've talked about this before. The quote-unquote sin tax, S-I-N, sin tax, is a way that politicians can get away with raising taxes without, provoking the ire of their voter
Yeah,
base.
because there's not a lot of people to stand up and be like, well, don't tax that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, if memory serves,
would.
if memory serves, Joe Biden was not a drinker, and Trump is famously not a drinker. So we've had two presidents in a row that don't drink. And how easy is it for them to say, "Yeah, put those extra taxes on
'cause they don't
on
care.
that stuff I don't
Yeah.
Care.
I don't consume." You know, I don't know. It's just to me it's I'm tired of things that are legal. Because cigars and whiskey and beer, these are all legal things. But I'm tired of them being taxed to the point of becoming almost obsolete in some ways because they're so expensive.
You want to look it up right now. I'm not a cigarette smoker, and I'm not going to
yeah.
condone it one way or the other. But I will tell you, the taxes on cigarettes
Yeah.
are cartoonish.
I just saw an article where a woman quit smoking and realized she'd saved $700 a month because she wasn't buying cigarettes.
I quit smoking cigarettes in 2004, and I was getting mad because it was going to cost me almost $3 a pack.
Yeah.
Right,
What is it now? Like 8?
dude. Literally, I went to buy. My brother came into town, and he wanted me to grab him a pack of cigarettes or two. $14.
No.
14.
What?
Wow.
Last time I checked, it was like $6.
Yeah, but that's for those,
$14
that's
for a
those
pack of
cheapo
Paul-
natural
for
American
a pack
things.
of Pall
So-
Malls.
Yeah.
$14.
Pall Malls.
That's insane.
I didn't know they still made Pall Malls. That seems so like something your uncle would talk about, you know?
Yeah.
That weird uncle that always wanted you to sit on his lap.
$14.
$14.
I can't believe. I believe you.
When
but
I actually smoked cigarettes, when I first started smoking cigarettes, a whole carton was $20.
Yeah, right.
That's insane.
Right. That's so that just shows you how the sin taxes work.
When I
right?
quit smoking, a carton was like $60. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
and now
That's
wow.
outrageous. I can't believe it.
Well,
it's insane.
I'm not excited about these 10% price hikes on our favorite cigars because it seems like the cigars themselves have gotten more expensive as time has gone on.
Well,
when I first started,
And therein lies the problem, too. Cigars get lumped in with cigarettes and everything else, even though and they are a luxury item, but even though they are a bit different.
well, I have on the wall at my house this like antique sign that I found in like an antique shop. It says cigars 5 cents.
Yep.
You know, and it's a reminder for me how this hobby has become much more expensive.
Yes.
When I first started smoking cigars, an expensive cigar was $8, right? And maybe if it was something like some crazy Padron or a Fuente Opus X,
Yep.
you could reach up past that. But now, if you find a good cigar for $8, it's like, whoa, a find.
Dude, okay,
You know?
what show number are we on right now?
476.
476. When we did this,
Not to
I
be
remember
confused with 467.
within the first 20 shows
Yeah.
that we ever did of this podcast, we did a show where you called me and said, hey, come up with your favorite budget line cigars, and then we decided, okay, the top price on a budget line cigar would be $6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were literally and this wasn't that long ago. We were actually talking about under $6 cigars.
All right, so recently I got online a Mazo of Rocky Patel LB1 short fillers. So these are the ones where, they don't have long enough leaves, but they have all this tobacco left over that they've used in doing the LB1s. So they make these short filler cigars, and they're much cheaper. I think they're less than $3 a stick. I will review one of those next week.
They
and
smoke
tell you,
faster.
Are they worth it? Is it
Good
worth
question.
the $3? Is it worth the $3, or should you go ahead and spend 6 or 8? And so we'll tackle that question on next week's show. So mostly because I've had a little too much of this IPA to tackle it on
Such a good
show.
IPA.
I think we have a lot of whiskey to try.
I think we do, and we'll get into that next. So we're going to AB
We haven't even started on the 4
Basil
bottles.
Hayden and Old Grandad next. It's Smoking and Toasting. I thought you were going to open the one with the cork.
Yeah, I was waiting for
Instead, you opened the screw top one, and we got a sort of a muted crack. That was it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was prepared to turn the volume down and go. and
Yeah,
then I just heard that.
muted crack. That was one of the least successful porn movies of all time. Welcome back to the show. It's Smoking and Toasting, our program. There you go. That's what we were waiting on right
That's what
there.
we were waiting on.
That's worth paying more for that bottle already. Just for that sound effect.
I'm just saying, Old Grandad is a little more of a modern bottle with the screw top.
Yeah, I got you. Wow.
So what you have now in your hand is Old Grandad.
Okay. So
Yeah.
and then you're going to pour some Basil Hayden
And
for
then
us
we're
to
going to have
compare with.
Basil Hayden.
All right. So here's maybe pass him those. so
Or
he can pour
Basil
them.
Hayden.
Well, Basil is how you pronounce the name of John Cleese's character in Fawlty Towers.
Not when
which,
you're from Texas.
if you have not
yes.
watched Fawlty Towers, you have no idea what you're missing.
It is
it's
amazing.
brilliant.
It is
and,
amazing.
And you must watch it, and you can catch it on BritBox and some of
Yes.
those other British comedy TV
Yes, they used to
channels.
just put that on Channel 8 late at night.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
It was great.
It was
And
so great.
what I loved though was when his wife would go Basil. Oh, it was just
Now,
it's-
listen, before
comedy gold.
Cruz decides to complain about this,
yeah.
there's plenty of every bottle left here.
Okay, and
so
so-
I poured a little bit shy.
Well, you're not kidding.
And you even got more than me. Look at that. He gave you the big pour.
When my
This
wife
is for
says to me,
tasting.
He gave
when
you
my
the big
wife
pour.
says to me, "Could you pour me just a small pour of Planetary rum?" If that's the small pour, I'm sleeping on the couch. I'm just saying. This is the standard
Hold on.
by which I live by.
But by
Give
the
it a
way,
little bit more.
Make sure you pour the right one in there, by the way.
by the way, you need to see the new AI picture that Doc's created of him with the machine guns and the 6-pack. Oh, it's
really?
nice. Oh, it's
Is it
yeah.
like when they put Trump's head on Superman's body and
yeah,
stuff?
I'm gonna find one.
Oh, I
I'm
love
gonna
it.
post it for us.
I love it. Well, Ian came up with the idea for today's Spirits Challenge, shall we say? Because this. Wow. Okay. And when I do my
Now
wife,
you're going to complain about it being the other way around.
when I do my wife a pour like this, she says, "Hope you're not sleepy." So
That's called the beginnings of a special night.
that's right.
That's
and,
called the
I'm,
beginnings of a special meeting.
I'm feeling a little right because we have a meeting after this. And here I was trying to be really measured today. Yeah. There's some measurements
Lots of
going on
important
here.
stuff
That's
to
for sure.
say. and
I'm
you
just
do it with
judging by your
facts.
last lambasting of me that
Yes.
that's what you wanted.
Well, I appreciate your listening and paying attention. So the idea behind this sort of AB of these two spirits is that it's the same mash bill.
It's the same mash, but I want
Same
you to try.
distillate.
I want you to try Basil Hayden. Basil
Completely.
Basil Hayden first.
Okay, so try the Basil Hayden first.
Yes.
It's in the cup.
And this is the more expensive of the two.
No.
Yes, this one comes
yeah.
in between $40 and $50 depending on where you're buying it.
Well, it's quite good.
Roberto has a naked lady on his cup.
Yeah. It's a
It
deep,
is actually quite good, isn't
It's
it?
a deep eddy, but she has clothes on, didn't she? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
There's hints of cinnamon. There's a touch of caramel in the back. There's a little bit of citrus. There's
I get a little of that sort of bourbon bubble gum, I call it.
Yeah, bubble gum, yes.
You get that.
I got a special mineral water in there too.
Yes,
You can really taste
some
the special
minerality
mineral
on the
water.
finish for sure.
all right.
But this is what I would call a good, straight ahead bourbon.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's so when Jim Beam created this brand, it was to appeal to the people that were trying to get into bourbon, coming from Scotch and other more mellow, or what they call smoother, like smooth.
Yeah.
They decided to make it part of their small batch series like Booker's and all
Right,
that stuff.
right.
But they kept the mash bill of Old Grandad, which was 63% corn, 27%
So-
rye, and 10% barley.
So just to be clear, the juice that starts both of these brands is exactly
Identical.
the same.
Exactly the same.
Okay. So,
All right, so now we're going to try the
Grandad.
Old Grandad. Now, just FYI, the picture on Old Grandad is Basil Hayden.
Yeah.
very interesting.
That is
So the fellow
his
there,
picture.
Old
Was he in
Grandad,
fact an old
is-
granddad? Do we know?
So what happens is that Raymond B. Hayden, who was the founder of the brand,
Yeah.
that's his grandfather, which
That's
was
his grandfather. Okay. So
Oh.
this is
Ostensibly, his name was Basil.
the same juice,
This is
but
the
the
same
price
juice.
the price difference again is
This is $18,
and the Basil Hayden.
40 to 50, depending on where you
Okay.
buy it.
So less than half of the price.
So right away you can tell how like the main difference that characterizes Basil Hayden versus Old Grandad. This Old Grandad is meant to be a little bit higher, like it tastes a little bit higher in the spice. It's a little bit more in your face, more like
I get a little more corn.
Yes.
Not a lot,
I
but
would
a
say
little.
with that, a little sweeter and a little less wood.
yeah. I'm pretty sure because there's another fun fact though. You know, Old Grandad at some point was bottled at 86 proof, and it had it was so before turning it down until 2000. It was
If you
2000.
find a dusty, you might find one that says 86 proof.
Yeah, well, and then whenever it used to be made by national distillers before it got sold to Beam, it was 86 proof.
So this is 80 proof.
Yeah.
So it's diluted a little bit.
In 2012, it changed to 2012. And also, that's when Basil Hayden dropped the age statement from their bottle because it used to have an age statement of 8
To
years.
say 8 years, yes.
So I will say I like this Basil Hayden a little bit better.
There's something just
But
a
not-
little more in
well,
that
yeah.
that mineral water.
There's more age, too.
smoothity.
Yeah.
Well, you're getting some age, you're getting some wood.
Okay.
His favorite part.
I wasn't going to touch that. We're going to take a break. Drinking news is next. But we also have some other Old Grandad expressions we're going to try just for comparison's sake. And that means I have to empty my glass during the break. So I'll get right on that, and we'll be right back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Well, nicely done. Done like only a cocktail and
Well,
spirits
check this out.
expert can do. And wow, that was beautiful.
It's
That
like
was
that
beautiful.
Charlie Daniels song, but
got-
with beer and whiskey.
I got little tears in my eyes. Is what I got. That's working for me. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, hand rolled cigars, and occasionally Nicolas Cage. But we've had very little Nicolas Cage in this episode, so
Yeah.
I imagine the numbers will be down on it. But that's
Yeah.
that's the way the cookie
The
crumbles.
KGs will not like
Yeah,
it. Is that
that's
what,
right. The
what do they
cages.
call what
The
is it?
cages. Oh, I like cages.
KGs? They're
The
Cages.
cages.
Nicolas
Cages.
Cage fans are just called cages.
Cages.
Yeah, I like it. Well, Ian, if you don't mind picking up that ukulele, I know you're pouring beers, and that's a very important duty of yours. But it is also time for drinking news.
Drinking news, drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news. A Florida man with one arm said he had a gator for a pet. When asked about his absent arm, he said,
Gotta take my gator to the vet.
drinking news, drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news.
Cheers, y'all. You know, to me, the pause is funnier than the gator to the vet line.
It has
The
to.
pause is beautiful.
It has to be the exact amount of time, though.
Right, exactly.
Like if you miss it, it's less funny.
I'm not saying, that I think you're brilliant.
And
But
today
you nailed that.
was an ever so slightly longer pause than
Yeah.
normal because it needed you to absorb what he said.
It needed to breathe.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well,
needed room.
before we get to our main story
It
in
needed
this
to find itself.
in this week's report, we paused first for some breaking drinking news.
Oh, this is the. Oh, this
Yes,
is the.
this is-
oh, this was his.
The reason I was waving at you like this, Terry, like the HMS Pinafore musical thing, is
Pardon this interruption.
this
for
is where you were
technical
supposed to play
difficulties.
the
This is where you come in.
breaking drinking news. Good help is so hard to find. So first we pause for some breaking drinking news.
This just in: breaking drinking news.
Thank you. This story actually dates back to last month, so it's not really breaking, but it has not been resolved, and mostly we just wanted to use that breaking drinking news sounder that Terry flubbed there because it makes us feel important. So anyway, here's the story. The sex toys have gone missing.
What?
On February 16th, a freight train arrived in the Dallas, Texas area. That's my drink you're pouring over there. On February 16th, a freight
I thought
train
you were going to say
arrived.
That's my sex toy.
That's my sex toys you're playing with there. A freight train arrived in the Dallas, Texas area. Among the contents of the train were 2 pallets of male sex toys, or at least there were supposed to be 2 pallets
That's hard to sit on.
of male sex toys. But according to a representative for Odoki, a Norway-headquartered sex tech company, container seals were broken and several shipments stolen somewhere between the product's departure from L.A. and its arrival in Dallas. The shipment in question contained a product from Odoki called the Handy.
The
Handy. So you'll have to extrapolate for yourself exactly how that device might be used. According to Odoki's formal cargo loss complaint, 289 of a device called the Handy Massage 2 Pro and 330
It's the 2, not the 1.
of the Handy Massage 2 Regular.
And the pro punches way above its weight class.
They've been confirmed to be at least lost or stolen in transit. Company has no idea why anyone would need more than one of these.
How about a big hand now?
Although I guess you could make a case for having a Handy Massage 2 Regular, but also having a Handy Massage 2 Pro for those really special
Those
times.
are both handy things
like
to have around.
Valentine's Day and stuff, you know?
Andy.
One thing is for sure.
It'll keep you from having to call a handyman.
Yeah. Oh, that was bad. That was so bad. Yes.
And
That-
the Montrose loved it.
Totally deserved that little riff there. One thing's for sure, the company would love to see the bulk of these missing items returned, and they're willing to have it, no questions asked, as long as the returned items have not been used.
Yes,
You
please.
can keep those if you like as Odoki's gift to you. But our main story in today's drinking news is about
That's not even the
that's
main
not
story.
even the main story. Yeah. No, our main story is about the mythical creature that has long captured the attentions of humans everywhere and remains something of a mystery to this day. And no, I'm not talking about Sydney Sweeney. Although if that's your obsession, the police should probably check in to see if you're in possession of any of those stolen Handy Massage 2 Pros. But no, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Bigfoot, Sasquatch, the Yeti, Jake Paul.
Wait, Jake.
Oh, okay, maybe not Jake Paul. That's another drinking news story for another
Wait
day.
a second. Bigfoot and Sasquatch are not the same thing.
I know, but Bigfoot is, in fact, my third favorite creature that really does exist. Honest, you have to believe me, honest. My very favorite is the Loch Ness Monster, and second is the Chupacabra, but Bigfoot is right up there.
I love the documentary Harry and the Hendersons.
Hey,
I thought
hey,
that was
hey.
great.
What about the Basilope?
Oh, the Basilope is
Yes.
good.
The Basil.
Basil?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Jeremiah Bryan, the host of the Bigfoot Society podcast,
Bigfoot Society.
reported that, quote, we are now up to 8 documented sighting reports in 5 days from witnesses in the Portage and Trumbull County area of Ohio. An event like this has not been reported since the Minerva monster sighting flap of 1978.
He's coming right for us.
He actually said that.
The Minerva monster sighting flap.
Of 1978.
Wow.
Everyone has their eyes wide open, he says, in Northeast Ohio currently, and we are extremely excited that this could lead to more understanding and clarity about the world's last great mystery.
I thought
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot was more of a Utah kind of guy.
I thought so too, or maybe Pacific Northwest, right?
Yeah.
One person who claims to
Maybe
have seen
Appalachian,
Yeah.
I guess Ohio's close.
one person who claims to have seen this mythical beast says that it left his guard dog shaking with fear. Now, I'm not really sure how persuasive that claim is. My late greyhound Gracie, who was the most chill dog
She was pretty
of
sweet.
all time, she shook like a leaf every time it thundered or kids in the neighborhood set off 4th of July fireworks. So I'm just saying, I don't know how big of a tell that is. But the first report received by the Bigfoot Mapping Project was on March 6th, and unusually, it took place in broad daylight, according to a social media post from the Bigfoot Society.
The
witness,
BMP,
the witness was out in the field in this area when they locked eyes with a 9-foot-tall, brown-haired Sasquatch. They added, the terrifying thing is that this happened in broad daylight at 12:23 p.m. Now, the most amazing thing about this report to me is that there actually exists something called the Bigfoot Mapping Project.
Damn.
I did not make that up.
The BIMP.
Yeah, of course, there are many.
The BIMP.
There are many unanswered questions, with probably the biggest one being, if Bigfoot exists, how the hell is he hanging out just outside Cleveland? I mean, I've been to Cleveland. I'm absolutely baffled at what might have attracted him to this particular area. Maybe the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Who knows?
I would think of Bigfoot as more of a northern upstate New Yorker.
But the line I keep going back to is something that the host of the Bigfoot Society podcast said. And I quote, we are extremely excited that this could lead to more understanding and clarity about the world's last great mystery, Bigfoot. And I'm like, really? The world's last great mystery is Bigfoot?
Well, I mean, we've totally figured out black holes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure this was ever that great of a mystery, much less the last great mystery. I would think that there are some things that are still much more mysterious. And in fact, as they are unfortunately known to do, our crack staff of work release writers here at Drinking News have prepared a short list of bigger mysteries. And by short list, I mean another of our semi-dubious Drinking News top 5 lists. And I'd like to share that with you now, if I may. This would be the top 5 greatest mysteries that are bigger than the Bigfoot sightings. Number 5, where does your lap go when you stand up? Number 4, whatever happened to that sham wow guy from TV?
Good question. What about the guy covered in question marks?
Number 3, if a turtle loses its shell, is it homeless or naked?
It's like a drummer without a girlfriend.
Yeah. Number 2, who put the bump in the bump? The world may never know. And the
Does that include the dip to the dip to dip to
yes,
dip? And all?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
And Terry, you should understand that when you dip, I dip, we dip. That's the way it works. And the number 1 mystery that is bigger than the Bigfoot sightings, number 1, if a vampire bites a zombie, Does the zombie become a vampire, or does the vampire become a zombie?
Ooh, I am so confused right now.
I am intrigued.
Reporting live from just outside Cleveland, where I think I may have discovered Bigfoot's secret lair. There are indications that some kind of creature has been here, and he seems to have hundreds of those Handy Massage 2 Pro sex toys strewn all about.
Dude, I'm thinking about a new movie, like another Bram Stoker's Another 48 Hours.
Bram Stoker's Dracula and the sex toys? I don't know.
Armstroker.
I watched Cocaine Bear this weekend, so now
Oh my
all I
God.
can see
Dude,
is
I
that
keep
all of
forgetting to
these-
watch that, but I totally want to see that.
Now I can just see all the sex toys ended up in the forest, and Bigfoot ended up with them, and that's the movie.
That's
My-
why he's
my
been so
name is
gregarious lately.
My name is Cruz, and that, my friends, is your...
Drinking news, drinking news. That's our time for drinking news.
Cheers, y'all.
By the way, best Bigfoot depiction is
Yeah.
Jason Lee. If you remember Jason Lee,
Oh,
from that.
yes, from-
he plays a
He was
Bigfoot on
My Name is Earl?
Yes, My Name is Earl. That's exactly
My
right.
Name is
and,
Earl.
and he was in a lot of the Kevin Smith movies, and he plays a Bigfoot on We Bare Bears the cartoon, and it is amazing. He
This
is
is-
amazing.
See, Terry just saved his job because we're going through like budget cuts here.
Yeah.
But that was amazing, Terry. That callback
Bring in
of
Jason
pop
Lee.
culture of Jason Lee and what was the cartoon
It's
name again?
We Bare Bears, and
We
it's
Bare
an
Bears.
amazing cartoon. And
Dude,
but him
this-
on there,
this-
how
Bobby
did he
Moynihan,
know that?
Bobby Moynihan is one of the best.
This
love Bobby
conversation
Moynihan.
reminds me of, you remember the scene on, what was it called? It was an Adam Sandler movie where he goes back to school.
Oh, that was Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Remember the scene where he calls the guy and he's like, I'm sorry I was a bully. And it's
Yes,
and the guy's
it's
like
Steve Buscemi because he's
Steve
in all of
Buscemi
his
is
movies.
putting like lipstick on and he reaches over
Yes.
and he scratches him off the list.
It was the people to kill list, and
Yeah.
he just scratched him
Brilliant.
off, and then he just starts putting lipstick
Ian,
on.
That
very
was so
slowly.
funny.
Ian, I started drinking this during drinking news. What am I drinking in this?
So what you're
glass
drinking
here?
now is the old Grandad
Bonded.
bonded.
Bonded, okay. And the Bonded is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Kentucky. I haven't had any whiskey. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It's 100 proof, so it's 50% ABV, and it's just really delicious. Like it's got a little heat to it, but it doesn't. It's not off-putting.
It's spicy.
You know? Yeah,
No,
spicy.
it's a little spicier, but I will tell you that this to me beats down the Basil Hayden. Now, you could take it, you could like whatever you like. You know, the Basil Hayden is a little lighter, it's a little woodier, it's a few other
This is
things.
pretty good though.
Yeah.
But this is $23 to $25.
So it's
This
still
is
less than the Basil
same,
Hayden.
Oh, yeah.
This is
And-
the same mash bill that Basil Hayden's made out of.
Wow.
As $25. And I got one more surprise for us.
Yeah?
Because I've got Old Granddad's 7-year.
And is that what you poured into this?
Not yet.
No, not yet. I haven't even opened this.
What do I still have in here? What is
You
this?
still
That's what
have-
you were drinking
That
earlier.
was the original old Granddad, I believe, that you had. In
That's
that
the
one-
Basil Hayden.
No, I thought the Basil.
No,
Hayden
you're right.
was
That's
in
the original
in cup.
Grandad.
That's the original Granddad.
Okay.
Basil Hayden was
So
in the cup.
I will just say this other what is it?
That
in
is
this
the
one?
100
That's
proof.
the bonded,
The bonded.
100
The
proof.
bonded. It's definitely a step up from the regular.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
question.
It
Oh,
has
it's
a
a
little bit
big
more
step.
age. So the
And
stand,
it's $5 more.
the
Can you pass me
standard
that, Ro?
the standard OGD that's gonna be, I suppose, is the blend is gonna be bourbons between 4 and 6 years.
Oh,
and
for this one, that's the old Granddad without an age statement.
yeah, and then the Basil Hayden is gonna be at least 7 to 9 years in that bottle.
Oh wow.
So we're almost out of
No,
time
so
for this.
now I read up that it was at least 4 is what I got.
On Old Grandad, yes.
No, on Basil Hayden.
Basil Hayden?
Yeah.
I don't think they have any 4 in there.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We have a beer to talk about too. This is the porter from Under the Radar Brewing called Porter Authority. We're gonna get to that and whatever this is that you're uncorking next. It's Smoking a Toaster. Welcome back. It's Smoking a Toastin'. Our program's all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. You know, Ian was worried earlier about us, doing drug testing here at the company, and it reminded me of a question that I have a tendency to ask potential applicants when we're hiring. People will come in, they'll bring their resume, they'll talk about the things that, they've been a part of and things that they've done, and we'll ask them about their, leadership qualities and all those things you ask in a job interview. And when it's finally winding down, I love to ask them this question. I love to say, how do you feel about drinking on the job? And of course, if you're in a job interview and somebody asks you that question, what people do in their own time is fine, but drinking on the job, I would be totally against that. So I wait for them to awkwardly walk through their explanation, and once they say, I'm definitely not for that, I always say, yeah, I don't think you're going to work out here. And that's just
especially for
normal
that drinking show. Oh my God, this whiskey is good.
Okay, so Ian just drank some of the whiskey, but we really do need to go to the beer first. So hold on to that thought, and let's talk about this porter, which is from Under the Radar Brewing in Houston. And you can't find this on the shelves commercially, but you can find it there, and you can take some.
The ship is
4-packs
docked,
home.
bringing the finest European ingredients to the Gulf's busiest of ports. A staple of English brewing, our porter is rich and robust with a nutty roasted chocolatey malt bill, and steams ahead with a slight hop spice trail in its wake, prepared aboard. I will tell you that this, on a local level, is one of the best porters that I've had at all.
So I will just say that as much as I love stouts, Russian stouts, milk stouts, imperial stouts, oatmeal stouts, much as I love those, there's something more delicate and exciting to me about a porter, especially a really good one. And this is a really good one.
So all porters and stouts have coffee notes, okay? It's the roasted barley that makes that happen, right? But I will tell you that the porter is known as the stout, the light stout, right?
To me,
so the porter is generally more chocolate forward and less coffee forward, although there's both of those in there. And the stout is usually the flip, the inverse of that, where it's more coffee forward but still has some chocolate.
If you're a stout drinker and you're a fan of Guinness, which I am, Guinness is almost more like a porter than it is like a stout in terms of the way that it hits the palate and the way that the mouthfeel is. Even though it's technically a stout, it's got that chocolatiness to it. And that's a little bit about actually what this reminds me of is a really good pour of Guinness.
And most people don't realize how light Guinness actually is.
That's right. A lot of people think it's a big, heavy stout.
So it has a
it's
big
not.
mouthfeel, but it's actually like under 5%, right?
I would just say if you are in Houston and you're brewery hopping, this is one that should be on your radar, to give the terrible obvious pun.
And it goes under the radar.
And these guys really make some great beer.
They have a beautiful patio, easy to smoke a cigar on.
And I'll just say they're incredibly unpretentious, which I love.
Also, they almost always have. They don't always have, but they almost always have some sort of food truck or food people there.
Right.
And if you get the little Asian lady that has the Asian fusion food there, order food. It is so good.
Yeah, there used to be a time when you wouldn't eat out of a food truck, and now they're starting restaurants because of food trucks.
And I'll just
like
say
the
this,
rice box and stuff.
And we could have a long discussion about this on another show. But most of the time when the food truck people start a restaurant, the food in the restaurant is not as good as the food in the truck.
The restaurant doesn't last.
Right. The truck is where it happens. I don't know why. There must be something special going on with the way
I live across the street from one of those little food truck parks. It's got all kinds of great stuff.
I love that.
Yeah,
for
it is.
you.
We just literally walk across Westheimer, and it's
case in point, I used to go visit a buddy of mine in Austin all the time, and we go a couple blocks up the road to either the food truck for Torchy's Tacos, or just a few more blocks up the road and go to the original Torchy's Tacos, like brick and mortar.
Yeah.
The
food truck's better.
Nothing like that anymore.
All right, so not to derail this conversation, but I just tasted some amazing bourbon. What am I tasting here in this cup, Ian?
This is unbelievable bourbon.
It's amazing.
It is Old Grandad 7 year.
7 year. It's that little age. You can. That's why I wanted to save some of the standard OGD bonded, because you can even see the color. Look, this is the OGD and OGD bonded. Look at that color.
You can see that. Yeah.
It's darker, but it makes a big difference.
So I just
the mouthfeel alone is so much rounder and bigger and fuller.
Tell me about the cost of this bottle of bourbon?
$35.
So, and show it to me. This is the old Grandad, aged 7-year Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. And what's the ABV?
50. It's bottled in bond
Yeah,
too.
it's bottled and bond. It's 100 proof.
So it's 100 proof. I just went back to the Basil Hayden, which I'd been saving since we first. This is better.
Oh,
and
easy.
It's
Agreed.
better by a pretty big margin, in my opinion.
There's a few factors. You have a lot more proof.
It's cheaper though.
It's cheaper. You have a lot more proof, and you're very close to the age statement.
Now-
Well, not the age statement, but the amount of age on the Basil Hayden.
Understand this. This is not a slam on the Basil Hayden.
No,
because
because
I have enjoyed this whiskey over the years.
Very good.
And before I knew that this was the exact same mash bill as this, I will tell you that, it's what it is. It tastes good. Like, enjoy it if you have it. But I will tell you that the difference between this and this is pretty big.
Yeah.
And that's going to the original Grandad. The difference between that and the bonded, as far as quality and what I enjoy, that gets a little narrower because even though this is lighter, a little more woody, this is spicier and a little rounder.
Yeah,
it's
it's got
bigger.
got that big spice to it.
But I will tell you this. I will buy this all day long
Easy.
That is the winner of the day
instead
in
of
my opinion.
this.
Yes.
Easy.
Wow.
And this is a marketing ploy.
So that just goes to show it's one
It's
of the
not
things.
bad
it's a
whiskey.
bridge bourbon.
It's just a marketing
Right.
ploy.
One of the things we love to do on the show, and Basil Hayden, that's a good bottle, and it's probably worth what it costs. But this is a better bottle.
No.
This is a better bottle for less.
I'm gonna if I put this on a price to quality, knowing what I know now, on a price to quality, I'm putting this at a 3.
I would probably even put it in a 2 myself.
That is what the show is all about. Speaking of the show, what are we doing next week, Ian?
Next week we're going to be on location at Copperhead Brewing.
Oh, those guys are
It's
a lot
going to
of
be
fun.
outrageous.
They
It's going to be ridiculous.
great
There will be
beers.
cigars. Oh, there will be a special star on the show.
A special star. You're not going to release that information.
No, we're going to make that fun.
All right, very exciting. Sydney Sweeney on the show next week with us at Copperhead Brewing. We're going to be, and there'll be plenty of video. Trust me.
Yeah.
She might be bald headed and have a deeper voice than that. But
This has been great. Roberto, thank you for being
Thank
here.
you
This
for
is
inviting
great
me.
fun.
Appreciate
we
it.
enjoyed and appreciated this. And we say to all of you guys, have a great week, our friends, and cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
cheers, y'all.
Sweetly